Hello, audience, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the first of probably many more Let's Plays horror games. That's pretty creepy. So I'm playing some Call of Cthulu, Dark Corners of the Earth, and the reason for this is because I actually was looking at my Steam library thinking about what I wanted to play for you guys, and I noticed I had this game. I didn't buy it. Oh, that's creepy as fuck. I didn't buy it. No one gave it to me. I don't know where it came from. It probably came with something else that I bought, or maybe it's cursed. Maybe I'm supposed to be destroyed by Cthulhu. I don't know. So yeah, I'm gonna play this game, and hopefully these videos are pretty good. I want to add camera face thing in the corner as well with the gameplay footage, but unfortunately my cat knocked my webcam down this week and broke it, so I gotta buy a new one. So until then, we're just gonna have to do without. And without further ado, let's see what this game has to offer. Ooh, actually, I'm scared. Not distinguish the colors below the line. Okay, that is correct. And it's dark as hell. I want to play as the top difficult. Fine, I guess I gotta go with that one. No, cat, you can't sit on my face right now. You're just freaking trying to sit on my head.
Now, at my end, I can fully see. My last case opened me a new fear, a real fear, a fear of myself, what I am,
Joker in there?
and of what I've always been.
Man in there?
All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds, and it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
I like the way you smile at me, baby. I like the way you smile at me, baby. So
Well, I was going to read that, but unfortunately it's loading too fast. Game tips are active. Game options. Okay, let's turn those off. Ooh, 6.5 years ago.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any. Victor?
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash, hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Well, game tips.
Jack, Officer Nichols will brief you at the top. Be careful.
What's taking you so long? Something must be wrong.
I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong.
Evening, Jack. Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we trust him?
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
Well, okay then.
As I continue to translate the Necrotic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effect of an experiment by the elder things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future.
Just make sure I know the control here.
It's locked. It's locked.
There's one over there, on the left.
It won't open. It won't open. seem to recognize me. I don't get it. His body is covered in tattoos, and they were carved into his flesh with something sharp. The body's still warm, but he's definitely dead. He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it. Empty ammo boxes and spent shells. Nothing useful. An old wardrobe.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Wild.
Damn, he recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. Damn, he recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. A key.
He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning.
Poisoning by the looks of it. He's dead. They're all dead. Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues. A diary. This will make interesting reading. He's dead. They're all dead. Suicide. Or rather,
Nothing of interest.
I can't open it. It won't budge. It won't budge. It won't open. It's locked. It's unlocked.
A lot of pictures of me.
Another key. This should fit the door across the hall. I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos.
Yeah.
All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I gotta think. All these photos and clippings are of me. I just don't get it.
It's unlocked.
For nutcases, they seem quite literate. These books are really old, and most of them are in strange languages I don't understand. It appears to be a private study area. It appears to be a private study area.
A local disturbance. September 6th, 1915. Evening. I guess I'm becoming a victim of my own success. After closing the last 5 cases so fast, the papers have been calling me a local hero. But I just had a run of lucky hunches, that's all. I'm just another cop doing his job. So there's a disturbance at a local residence. It's probably just a bunch of kids hopped up on moonshine. Why call in a detective? Freaking cat with my keyboard right there. Maybe the uniform boys are sore at being out in this weather and they want to share the joy with a local hero. It wouldn't be the first good-natured prank I've had to take since those newspaper reports. I don't know, though. Something just doesn't feel right. It's more than just a regular bad feeling. It's hard to explain, but it's strong. I'm probably just tired. Those dreams don't help. I can't remember when I last got a good night's sleep. Must be a month, at least. Right about the time I started my run of lucky hunches. The dreams have been getting worse lately. I'm almost afraid to close my eyes. Bourbon helped at first, but not anymore. The lack of sleep must be affecting my nerves. Well, jitters or not, I better get going. Well, lovely. That's just freaking lovely. Diary of a Cult Member, August 20th, 1915. We have been watching him now for 2 months. I can feel my anticipation growing as the day of contact draws near. Victor has not yet divulged his final plan for bringing Mr. Walters to us. All I know is that we must succeed. August 24th, 1915. The sermon today was inspiring. Victor enlightened us the story of the great race transcending the bounds of time to visit his dreams. Of the conscious things on this earth and in the ocean depths, we are but servants to a greater design. I can only hope that my faith during these last days will win me favor with our master's step through the gate. August 29th, 1915. The experiments below have claimed one more of our order. Another volunteer is needed, but many are willing. We are truly blessed through our faithful service, now that his coming grows so close. September 3rd, 1915. The preparations are complete and Victor's plan is in motion. He will arrive soon. Surely by now he must suspect his true nature, or at least question the nature of his gifts. September 6th, 1915. He has come. Finally, it begins. Must be today. The Boston Globe, 20th August 1909. Enlightened or duped? Inside Boston's strangest church. Those of our readers who live near its headquarters in the ordinary-looking Boston residence will need no introduction to the Fellowship of Yith, or whatever the cult's name is. For those who have not encountered this mysterious semi-religious group before, a few words of explanation are necessary. Since our county's founding upon the basis of religious freedom, its shores have been home to many small religious groups outside the mainstream. No small number are headquartered in the states of New England, where the Pilgrims themselves sought a new world free of religious persecution. But the question must be asked, at which point does a religion become a cult, and its trusting adherents, not to mention its blameless neighbors, become victims? That is the question this journal poses in regard to the Fellowship of Yith. In a month-long investigation, our intrepid reporters have diligently sought out the truth behind this so-called church. Its origins are somewhat mysterious, the more so since the group's leaders declined to be interviewed or to assist our investigation in any way. However, it seems that the fellowship was founded more than 20 years ago by one Victor Holt, based on a revelation he received from beyond the confines of this world. Holt has not been seen for almost 6 years. His followers apparently believe that he is communicating with the mysterious powers behind his faith, and that he is shortly to return with new insights and teachings. All this sounds like a harmless, if eccentric, spiritual group, little different from many others. However, those who make their homes in the Fellowship's headquarters tell a different, more sinister story. The adherents of this obscure sect are to be found loitering on street corners, casting menacing glances at their innocuous neighbors, and frequently engaging in acts of petty crime, which the local police seem powerless to prevent or redress. Strange lights have been observed burning in the windows of the old house at all hours of the day and night. They change color unpredictably and cast weird, unintelligible shadows. Even more disturbing are the noises which have been heard to issue from within the mysterious building. They include chanting, unearthly music, and, worst of all, screams like those of souls in agony, lost souls in agony. Wow. Many of the sect's neighbors are convinced that its services include human sacrifice or similar atrocities. Those few who dared complain to the police were told that because the house is private property, and because there is no concrete evidence of any wrongdoing, the most they can do is file a noise complaint. Are the horrors of Salem being reenacted in our city more than 2 centuries on? Is this Fellowship of Yith engaging in unspeakable and criminal acts of worship involving torture and sacrifice? Why is nothing being done to ease the fear and distress they cause to the local community? A source within the police department, speaking on the condition of anonymity, tells the Globe that the Fellowship is suspected of involvement in a number of local crimes, but so far the lack of evidence and the reluctance of nervous witnesses to come forward have thwarted any official investigation. Very well, we say. Where the police cannot or will not investigate, the Globe shall continue to act in the interests of Boston citizens, fearlessly exposing the truth about this so-called church and its followers. Our findings will be published in these pages over the following months, so that all may know the truth. Editor's note: it is with great sorrow that the Globe announces the death of reporter Howard Addlestone, who was leading the paper's investigation into the Fellowship of Yig when he apparently drowned in Boston Harbor. The coroner has ruled his death a suicide. Our condolences go out to his family. He didn't kill himself. You know, I'm not reading this right now. I just can't do all this. I just can't be.
There are definitely some strange sounds coming from this side of the room. Shit, that did not sound good.
That's just fucking lovely.
Well, that's just swell. He's dead. The beam must have fallen and crushed his skull. Dead bodies, and plenty of them. So from the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered. Seems like these cabinets are used for storing chemicals and medical equipment.
I cannot see how many. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Looks like his stomach. The contraption above seems to be controlling his breathing. Oh, shit! The machine must have overloaded. He's dead.
well, that sucks.
The crystal's still warm. I've never seen equipment like this before.
Nope, nothing of interest.
This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
Probably will.
Ah! It's too hot to pick up.
That's what I did this for.
It looks like something's been removed from it. What the hell is that? It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintained a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I'm beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
Interesting. New client, February 6th, 1922. Night. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized, and its manager, one Brian Burnham, is missing. From what I have been able to gather, Burnham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson, gave him the job as a favor. Burnham is looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up. Not to Anderson and not to me. For instance, why would Burnham force entry into the store when he had a full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination to the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighboring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of a strange element in the town's oldest families. They're mixed blood, so the stories go. Whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual Hicktown prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Burnham robbed the place and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. Whew, excuse me. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long, or it's because we're walking right back into the lion's den of the occult. I do not expect the reader to believe what I am about to relate. Any sane mind must reject such a Okay. Well then, I guess I won't read that. Innsmouth, 7th February 1922.
Driver, how far did he stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own. Stranger, end of the line.
Well then.
Could you direct me to the First National Grocery Store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
You're full of shit. Okay. So, I think this is as good a time as any to stop. I've got a decent amount of gameplay for today. Got through the first little area of the game, so yeah. So I'm gonna cut it, and then tomorrow maybe I'll play another little bit around and do another video. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Hopefully there is one. If this game isn't cursed, I'll die in my sleep. See ya.